Good evening and welcome to the iconic stadium, the home of Binfield FC. You join us this evening for what is a monumental fixture for Guernsey FC. 6 points away from safety, 2 games to go. Guernsey must win to avoid the drop this evening. But hope is there for the Green Lions. There's returns for Seb Shepherd in goal for the Green Lions and Ben Acey in the midfield. I'll run you through the teams very shortly. Kickoff is moments away. So here we are. We can see the two teams getting ready to go. And I'll start with running you through the home side. Binfield's lineup. In goal, they've got Coleridge Fubler Jr. At number 2, they've got Harvey Griffiths. Number 3, Theo Pennicott-Bowen. Number 4, Luke Wayborn. Number 5, Montgomery Brady. Number 6, wearing the captain's armband, is Daniel Lewis. Not the actor. Number 7, Razir Smith-Jones. Number 8, Connor Jeans. Number 9, Ethan Lindo. Number 10, James Hilton. And number 11, Rishan Esprit. And then your visiting Guernsey FC lineup. In goal, it's a return to the side for number 13, Seb Shepherd. In the back line, there's number 4, Tom Dodds, number 5, Tom Voden, and number 24, Jacob Fallay. So a strong back line for the Green Lions. Either side of them, it's expected to be Shaq Covin and Brandon Wallace. And then in the midfield, there's a pairing of Matt Loring with a lot of experience. And then returning to Guernsey FC, having played for Farnborough in recent weeks, is Ben Acey. And then in the attack, the goals are waiting on the shoulders of Sam Murray, Ross Allen, and Chilton Govine, hoping to fire Guernsey to a win today. If the audio sounds a bit weird, I'm in my bedroom. I couldn't make it to the ground after work, so we've attempted a bit of a different setup. Moments away, Binfield are going to get us underway. I'm going to be honest, I think I'm going to struggle to say the Binfield players' names. I'll hopefully recognise a couple of familiar ones for Guernsey. Also not got familiar on camera. He's in Turkey at the moment. Hopefully he comes back with a bit more hair. But it's a big day for Guernsey players who've had to, at last minute, get time off work. So thank you very much to the wonderful employers letting Guernsey have their team. I'm just going to get the X-Space commentary up as well. Binfield have us underway. Guernsey wearing the green today on their away trip. And we're underway. No, we're really getting a foot on the ball in the early stages here. I forgot to set the timer. The top might be slightly out here, but we'll get going anyway. I've got the message to say we're sounding good, tremendous. Not sure if anyone says I sound too good. As Binfield come down the right-hand side here, having the early attack. Just tuning in on X Spaces. Welcome to a very important day for Guernsey FC. We're here at the ground called the iconic stadium, the home of Binfield, as they welcome Guernsey FC, who need to win today to avoid the drop. 6 points from safety. A win today is the only result that will do for the visiting Green Lions. Anything less results in dropping down the leagues. It'll be a throw-in for Binfield in their half. Beautiful little sunset in the background. I'm a bit gutted I couldn't be at the game. Looks like quite an interesting ground. Binfield themselves, they're sitting quite comfortably in mid-table. I only started doing this last minute, so I haven't even checked what their recent results have been. I feel a bit underprepared, if I'm honest. But Shaq Covin making a run down the right side, delivers, goes over Ross Allen, look towards Sam Murray, but it's cleared by Binfield. Jacob Fallay, as always, steps out the back line, gets a big head on it. But it's not cleared it far enough away, and Binfield will look to come forward. Slightly loose touch, or put the ball out of play for a Guernsey throw-in on the near side. Covin comes across to collect the ball. I know Tom Voden's one player that struggled to get away for midweek games, so it's a nice relief that he's been able to make the squad today. It's a popular figure amongst the team. Obviously a very competent footballer. And Seb Shepherd, no Josh Addison today, but Seb, a very capable pair of hands. Faced a penalty on his Guernsey FC debut, didn't concede it. Ended up drawing 1-1 on what could potentially end the season being a very important point if Guernsey can finish the right side of that relegation zone. We're a couple of minutes in here. Happy to say on the YouTube stream, if you're just tuning in on X Spaces, we do have the game being streamed live, so you can watch along. Feel free to listen along if you can't watch. I'm going to be honest, the commentary's not going to be too descriptive because I'm watching it on my laptop. There's not too much being played on the ground here early doors. It's been a lot of pinball in the air. No one really getting a foot on the ball, taking control of the game. Coven down the right-hand side, though, with his trademark driving runs at the heart of the opponents. Voden stretches out a big foot and just puts it out for a throw-in when it could have been much, much worse. If you're on the YouTube stream, apologies, the timer is slightly behind. I probably set it off about 30 seconds too late. So we're probably about 3 minutes 30 in. So if the ref blows a little bit early on this, from what the stream is telling you, that's my fault. Well, it is a strong lineup for the Green Lions that they've been able to bring down to Binfield, especially on a midweek game. With 3 men on the bench, Voden looks long for Ross Allen. He found him in the box, but the linesman flag was very quickly raised. Spotted he was offside. Well, of course, Guernsey played on the weekend eventually. Missed this game due to issues with their flight over on Saturday, but they were able to play on Easter Monday. Unfortunately, a very spirited performance couldn't save them from falling to the sword of the mighty Kingstonian, who ended up 3-0 victors at Victoria Park. The first away team to walk away from that ground with a win. Since it opened, as Coven looks to bring the ball down, but can't quite. And Binfield will now look to form an attack down the left. Goes over the head of Voden. Falaise reads it for Voden. Nicely challenges and finds Matt Loring in the middle. Govine lets it roll into Ben AC now. AC looks to release it to the right towards Sam Murray, I think. No, it was definitely Sam Murray. Definitely Sam Murray. If we have a look. Well, Falaise commits a foul on the edge of the centre circle. And it'll be a Binfield free kick in the Guernsey half. Their first chance to potentially get a few bigger men up from the back. Of course, the last time these two met was all the way back. If you can cast your minds back to October, a midweek game as well, a Wednesday evening at Foots Lane. Unfortunately, Guernsey falling down 2-1 loss from a 95th minute winner from Ethan Gold. Ethan Gold not featuring today, but Binfield will take the free kick from deep, goes towards the box, and Coven with a competent header behind removes the danger from that situation. It was a Ross Allen penalty that put Guernsey back to 1-1 in that game, having conceded early on, but they couldn't hold on. It's going to be a corner for Binfield. I think I can hear a coach asking his player to go short as the ball is delivered towards that back post. It looked like Ross Allen got ahead on that and chased it out, and someone's got a foot to help it away. Ross Allen, well, if he brought that down, if he'd been able to bring that ball down from up there, it would have been quite some touch, almost Matt Letizia-esque. Falaise just heads it away. Thomas Dodd's under pressure. He's trying to avoid it going out for a corner. I think he does so. Guernsey's strikers just trying to battle off scraps early on here. Neither side really testing the goalkeeper as we... well, we're about halfway to 10 minutes, aren't we? About 5 or so minutes in. Seb Shepherd with this. Seb, a very nice guy. Of course, I remember he rocked up to his second Guernsey game with a questionable buzz cut, but turns out it was a very nice thing to do. I can't remember the exact details now. I want to say it was because his friend had to shave his hair and they all did it for charity. He's a very nice guy, is all you need to know. Seb Shepherd and a safe pair of hands in net as Binfield look to attack again up against Voden, but Voden composed there, gets a header on it. Guernsey get a throw in. Charlton Govine asking the referee why he's not given a handball for that. I think we had the benefit of the camera being in the perfect position to spot that. Govine is correct. The referee maybe not so much as AC looked to play a lot. First time ball down the line. I think he did find Sam Murray, but Sam Murray could only succeed in nodding it further out for a throw for the hosts. They look down the line. And Fallows came across to head it away. Murray looks to help the ball along, but Binfield again retained possession. Oh, it's Ben Acey. Or was it? It was Charlton. No, it's Ben Acey. Ben Acey quickest to the ball there in the middle. Tried to set Guernsey off on an attack, but they lose out. And now Binfield look to counter the counter-attack. They've isolated Coven on this side, 2v1. It's crossed in from deep. Voden couldn't get beyond the man at the front post in Tom Voden. And now Ben Acey will look to drive the team forwards. Ben Acey's got 3 around him. Looks to release Sam Murray down the right-hand side. He's just beaten to the ball. And then it's well shielded out for a goal kick for Binfield. But a bit of promise there. Guernsey just let Binfield know they're not going to be quiet on the counter. The counter could pose a real threat for the hosts. Looks like they're going to go long from this goal kick rather than playing what I'm quite accustomed to now. It's playing out from the back. Oh, Loring misses out in the middle. And now Fallows gets ahead in it. And the referee has judged that to be a foul. Shepherd's going to take this free kick from just outside the Guernsey box. Considers going short to Voden. Decides to go long instead. Murray rises well. Finds Shaq Coven, who then looks to flick it on towards Charlton Govine, but he's not going to succeed in doing so. And he blocks the clearance long. Be a throw in for Binfield. Well, over the last few seasons, Guernsey have come back from difficult positions to stay in the league. They'll be hoping to replicate that today with what really would be one of the greatest escapes I think we've ever seen from a relegation scrap. Just as a little plug, if you are wanting to keep up to date with the final game of the season, Guernsey will be playing on Saturday, and we will be at least streaming for a bit of the game, I think, and we'll have commentary throughout, so you can stay up to date with how Guernsey are doing. As Binfield come down the right hand side, it's crossed in, it's beyond Fallows, it's beyond Voden. There was a man wide open at the back post, and he can't get any serious connection with it. The referee's given it as a corner. It must have deflected off a Guernsey defender. But definitely a warning sign from Binfield there that they can hurt this Guernsey team. They make a short run short. Are they going to deliver? Crossed in, it falls to the back post. Brought down by Binfield. Shuffled onto his left. Shoots, blocked. And then cleared by Guernsey. Not that long. Voden gets a touch on it. Binfield on this left-hand side. Dictating most of the play so far, Binfield. As it's a lovely switch of play into the box. Coming back from the right-hand side onto his left. Thomas Dodds gets a foot on it to clear it. And as far as Charlton Govine, whose flick on towards Sam Murray was met by a foot of a Binfield player. Govine will chase. Trying to force Binfield into an error. AC gets up, does well. Shaq Coven, just to flick it beyond his man. Shaq Coven, well, I think he got beyond his man, and the referee agrees with me that that is definitely a foul. He's been dragged down. The referee calls over the man. I don't think he's reaching for his pocket here, but he's just saying, come on, you can't do that. You can't drag someone down. And Guernsey, well, they'll see this as a serious opportunity. We've seen goals from set pieces recently, most notably against Bad Shotley, Ross Allen and Jacob Fallais, both profiting from deliveries by the man over the ball right now, Charlton Govine. About 30 yards away from goal here, Govine on it. You can see Fallais is, I think Fallais has made his way up. Govine delivers towards that. Oh, it's not beating them first man, but AC collects. Guernsey will keep the big men up. Govine looks inside to Matt Loring. Can't quite find him. And now Binfield could be in. Thomas Dodds is in a foot race here. Thomas Dodds has gone to ground, but the referee says no foul. And it's a 2v2 if you include Seb Shepherd. It's a great save from young Seb Shepherd in goal. Keeping it at 0-0. An important save for the Green Lions on what is an important day. Shepherd breathing confidence into his backline when he makes a save like that. I've had a message asking for more player names. Reece Ashcroft. I have no idea who the Binfield players are. As Tom Voden looks down the line towards Jack Covin. He's beaten to the ball by the Binfield players and they'll look to clear. I think, nope, Sam Murray not quite able to keep that in. I thought he'd done very well. Be a throw in for the hosts. If you're just tuning in on X, we're approaching the 15-minute mark. 0-0 here between Binfield and Guernsey. Binfield having the best chance of the game on the counter from a Guernsey free kick, forcing Seb Shepherd into a marvellous save. Oh, I've had a message from former Guernsey FC commentator Sarge. Congratulations to Farnham for, well, I would say recently winning the league, but I think they've had it wrapped up most of the year. But I saw their parade and that was absolutely spectacular, especially for this level of football, to see so many people supporting. It was much like the opening of Victoria Park. Wonderful to see as AC and Covin battle in the midfield but end up losing out. And again, Binfield will look to counter. Both teams looking most dangerous when they look to hit on the counter as a ball is played in behind Tom Voden. Can't get back, but the cross is straight into the grateful arms of Seb Shepherd. And Shepherd just keeping the ball in his hands, taking a moment to let his team get up the pitch a bit. And I think he's going to go long with this one. He is indeed. He's almost in the right back position with the ball at his feet, and he does go long. Covin not quite under it. Tom Voden just being careful there and looks long. And to be honest, it's a searching ball that both Murray and Charlton Govine were potentially gambling on, but the keeper does well. Fallais slightly misjudges header, but again, Seb Shepherd read it well. Shepherd with an excellent throw out to Brandon Wallace. We haven't been able to see Brandon on the attack too much so far, and that really is where he shines, making runs at opposing players. As Voden looks to release Covin. He looks to cross it. It's a searching ball for Sam Murray. I think it's come down to Charlton Govine on the edge of the box. He's got his back to goal. He's able to turn, but there's men in red shirts in the way of the goal. He looks to cross to a teammate. It's blocked only as far as AC. Again, a sea of red in front of him, between him and the goal, and Covine now down the right-hand side, looks to deliver, pull it back. Falls to Brandon Wallace, and the keeper gets down. And that's definitely the best phase of play Guernsey have had in the Binfield half. Ending in a Brandon Wallace shot. That'll be positive for the Green Lions, showing they can do it. They know they can do it. Govine turning up against two, and there's an awkward clearance, and Govine will chase, but he's beaten to the ball. The clearance is poor though. AC picks it up, finds Wallace, looks to cross it. There's a flick on from a defender, and it's going to go over the bar, and it'll be a first corner of the game for Guernsey FC. And again, it's an opportunity to get some big men up from the back. And by big men up from the back, I do mean Jacob Fallais. It's Govine who's going across to take it. So I imagine it'll be a bit of an in-swinger from here. Someone's taking their shirt off. I'm trying to tell what that number is for Binfield. Seems to be sorted. A quick change. Let's have a quick look at the Binfield lineup, and I'll hopefully be able to tell you who it is. I think it's Ethan Lindo. Is it? No, actually, I think it might be Rashan Esprit. I think that's the number 11 I can see on the back of his shirt. Not sure what's gone on there, but you can see Ben Acey stretching out on the edge of the box. Govine over this corner. I think Matt Loring's there with him, so there might be a little routine about to be played here. Referee just taking a moment before this corner is taken. Of course, we have seen a few goals coming from corner routines for Guernsey. Most notably in their first one of the season. Oh, there's been an injury for Binfield. I do apologise for missing that. That would be why the ref was holding up play. Fair enough. And to be fair, never nice to see an injured player, so probably for the best that he was off camera. It does appear to be heading to the dugout. Glad to see he's on his feet, though. And yeah, it looks like Loring and Govine have had a bit of a conversation. Loring staying close to the corner. You can see Acey's in a lot of space on the edge of the box, and that's a player with a lot of quality on the ball. As he's shown for Farnborough this season, a couple of divisions higher than this, he's proved himself to be a very good player. Seen he's made a couple of Team of the Weeks. So Govine is over this. Govine delivers. Doesn't beat the man at the near post, but comes out to Matt Loring. Look to recycle. Goes back to Brandon Wallace, who delivers. And someone on Binfield clear. I think there was a call for handball, but the referee ignores it. Thomas Dodds gets a good header on it. More up than away, but gives Guernsey time to track back. Loring looks over the top, but can't quite find a teammate. Tom Voden getting his big body behind that. Does well. He's done very well. Showing he's got nifty feet as well and finds Coven. Looks for Ross Allen in the box. Ross Allen gets a shot off. It was an awkward angle. The keeper holds it well. Again, Guernsey just growing into this. Starting to show signs. Give Binfield a few warnings that they are going to create this game. Starting to look a bit more comfortable on the ball as well. As Coldridge Fubler. Fubler? That is, I'm going to assume that's Fubler. Fubler? Fubler sounds kind of nicer. Palace as well there, though. Govine knocks it down to Wallace. Matt Loring takes a touch, brings it down, plays it across to Tom Voden. Well, we just saw him go on quite a fancy run there. Decides to stay at home this time and just pass it across to Jacob Fallows. If you're just tuning in on the commentary, we're about 20 minutes in here. Currently 0-0 between Binfield and Guernsey. Both teams starting to show a bit more prowess on the attack as Binfield look to come forward here. It's a lovely switching pass from Ethan Lindo. Was it Ethan Lindo? I think that might have been Jamie Hilton. I'll get there eventually with their names. It's delivered by Griffiths towards Esprit, and Ben Acey reads it well. Puts it out for a throw-in for Binfield. It was looking slightly more dangerous than that. Looks like they're lining up a long throw and into the Guernsey box here. Looks like just Ross Allen and Sam Murray are going to stay forward for the Green Lions. That's attacking options if they can get it away. Great block from... Actually, I think that was Murray. So I think it was just Ross Allen that was left up. Guernsey can Binfield at arm's length when it is an open play, though. They've got a strong shape. And a wayward pass from Binfield gives Guernsey possession back through a throw-in. I believe we've got Sam Ashcroft tuned in. Hello, Sam. If you're a regular reader of the Guernsey FC programme, you might see Sam popping up around the globe in his fantastic Guernsey FC shirt. He absolutely loves the club. His favourite player is, of course, Tom Voden. Although his favourite Voden is Ben. As Guernsey playing a bit of head tennis with Binfield here. Thomas Dodds finally brings it down and looks to play out from the back. Falaise looks to switch, can't find a teammate. Voden sweeps up. Murray looks to leap, comes down to Allen. Here comes Murray. I think there's an offside. There is an offside. It was a little bit laggy there for me, but yeah, it looks like an offside was given against Sam Murray, but a decent bit of build-up from Guernsey there. See a couple of concerned calls from the Binfield bench about what Guernsey are doing to them at the moment. I'm happy to say it feels a bit like if things continue this way, a Guernsey goal might be inevitable. But never want to say things like that, do we? Football can change in an absolute instant, and Binfield have definitely shown themselves to be a threat on the counter, and Guernsey need to be wary of that as Falaise again gets his head to that. Ross Allen can't find Coven. Now Esprit up against Voden. Does well down the line. I mean, Voden has just pushed him out of the way. Referee says no foul there. It's a contact sport. And again, they look to line up a long throw-in. Binfield here looking to load up the Guernsey box. Guernsey clear. Binfield retreat back into their shape at the back. There'll be a throw-in for the hosts on the halfway line. Just a beautiful sunset in the background. Again, Binfield looking to play along from this throw-in down the line. And do so. Well read by Falaise. And now Sam Murray will look to compete. Can't successfully do so. And again, possession returns to our hosts. Binfield coming down the right-hand side. Falaise looks to clear. Binfield, I think, just trying to slow the game down a bit, get a foot on the ball, although they go long here, looking to go over the head of Thomas Dodds. Dodds does well. Always a great 1v1 defender, Thomas Dodds. Ever reliable for Guernsey FC. Again, Binfield look to attack. Foden is just going to make sure that makes its way back to Seb Shepherd's hands. Shepherd on the edge of his box, just rolls it back out to Voden and will look to set Guernsey back off. AC with a good block. AC looking really composed every time he's on the ball and looking to do something positive for Guernsey. You can see he's really grown as a player this season. I remember seeing him playing really well for Guernsey in what was Guernsey's first away win of the season. AC was absolutely integral as Falaise misses that. Thomas Dodds tries to recover. Referee's given a free kick and he's calling Dodds over. He's reaching for his pocket. It is going to be yellow. As I think Voden was covering him, so he wasn't quite last man, but he is going to go into the book. I think that was potentially the safer of the two options, because if he didn't take the man there, Binfield could have been in, and it could very well have been 1-0 to the hosts. Well, they've still got a chance here. They've got a free kick inside the Guernsey half, about 5 yards away from that centre circle. It's going to be Jamie Hilton to deliver. Crossed in. Looking deep. Shepherd looks to get under it. And he does well. Catches. Again, handling everything that they've thrown at him so far. Seb Shepherd. Brandon Wallace drives Guernsey forward. Allen's pass forward is blocked, and then they'll come forward now. Out to Esprit up against Tom Voden. Voden trying to force him to the line. He chops back in. Oh, and it just doesn't quite find anyone, but Binfield posing a threat again, and they still have the ball on the right-hand side. They chop in, cross it towards that back post, and it's just too high for Esprit at the back post. It'll be a Guernsey throw in. Foden with the ball at his feet into Falaise. See Binfield setting up a half press, letting the back line have the ball, but as soon as the ball enters midfield, they are engaging with the Guernsey team. Dodson to Seb Shepherd. Guernsey happy to play with the ball at the back, and now Falaise looks long, looking to exploit the space left by Binfield, having that half press. Foden, nice and sensible there, faking to clear the ball, but letting it bounce out for a throw-in. Coven into AC. To Matty Loring. Great to see Matty Loring back in against. Ooh, Falaise's pass is poor. Just going to say it's great to see Matty Loring playing back for Guernsey. He's been back for the last few games now, following a nasty head injury. But ever reliable is Matt Loring. And again, Binfield are loading up one of their long throw-ins into the Guernsey area. Matty Loring just staying awake to the possibility of a short throw-in. Stops them from doing that, and it will be launched to that Guernsey area. It's headed away by Foden, only as far as the edge of the box. Loring is with Esprit, who it fell to, and plays it nicely to Ben AC on the right-hand side. Looks to switch it, can't quite do so. Binfield looks to counter. AC collects again, nice. Loring looks to release. I think it's Govine. Govine centres it. Brandon Wallace! How's it not gone in? Well, Wallace hit it, and I think it hit Sam Murray as it went wide. But that is the best chance of the game, and Guernsey might be scratching their heads as to how they've not made it 1-0 there. It was excellent link-up play with Charlton Govine bursting down the right-hand side. Excellent chance to make it 1-0 as we approach the half-hour mark here at Binfield. Still 0-0. Guernsey starting to get the better of the chances. Apologies if you can hear some swearing. I'm going to say it's the Binfield bench. I don't know what the audio mix is like. I think it's the Binfield one because they were complaining about Tom Dodds there. But as Binfield looks to come forward, but can't do so. I have no complaints with Tom Dodds. I think he's been very competent is the word I was looking for. I was about to say component, which he definitely isn't a component. He's a component in a well-oiled defensive unit. That's what Thomas Dodds is. So Govine picks up the ball in the middle. Back out to Wallace. Guernsey will look to get the ball in behind. Can't quite do so. Fubler off his line. That's a long ball and it's an offside. Guernsey free kick. Hello, all that are tuning in. Welcome to this evening's Guernsey FC game. If you are tuning in, this is the second to last game of the season for the Green Lions, finishing the season on Saturday. I'm going to be at the game and I can't even remember who it's against. It is an away game, so we will be doing coverage either on X Spaces, potentially live streaming a bit of the game. We'll let you know over the socials. Definitely keep an eye out. As Wallace looks to deliver, it's headed away. And it's kept from... Oh no, it's gone out for a throw-in. So maybe Guernsey's chance to launch one into the box. Govine looks early for Ross Allen. Faced by Binfield man. It falls to... I think that was Brandon Wallace. Govine who just stops the counter from coming. So far it's been a very evenly contested game. Sorry, I went quiet there because I can clearly hear the instructions from the Binfield manager. I don't know if you can on the stream, and I just got caught up listening to him. I think he's wanting his team to just commit a bit more to trying to open up Guernsey. I think he very much thinks there is a win in this game for his team. I know they're safe in the league, but you always want to win. That's what winners do. Headed away. by Binfield. It might be a throw in for Guernsey. Wallace with the ball in his hands. Brandon Wallace, I think I said about 20 minutes in, we hadn't seen too much of him on the attack. I'm happy to say we've seen a bit more, and that is, of course, where Brandon really excels. He's definitely, I feel like I've seen an improvement from Brandon this season defensively. Always an attacking player as a younger player, but he's shown he's versatile and willing to do a job for the team, as Voden doing a job for the team by taking on a couple of men there. And then it's the linesman just having to break up. Bit of a conversation there between Gawain and someone. There's someone down on the edge of the Binfield box. The ref is just holding up play. But lovely couple of touches from Tom Voden. Who knew he had it in him? Well, anyone that played with or against him in the Leisure League 5-a-sides on Wednesday would know that Voden had that in him. I think it's going to be a drop ball. The referee was just holding up play because of that injury. Gawain looks close, and I think Guernsey are basically setting up to deliver this into the box. They did have the ball, so they don't have to give it back. I don't think they should, really. Gawain brings it down and looks to cross it early. Comes to Wallace on the edge of the box. Looks to shoot, gets it back, shoots again. Get in! 1-0! And just like that, in what is the most important of games for Guernsey so far this season, they take a lead as we approach the 35th minute. I think it's Brandon Wallace from the edge of the box, but it was a drop ball which Gawain delivered, and it's well struck on his right foot to find the bottom corner. In crunch time, it's Binfield 0, Guernsey FC 1. It's a side note for anyone watching live. I really hope that was Brandon Wallace, because that will be in the highlights, and if it's not, I'm going to look very stupid. If you're just tuning in, you have just missed Guernsey taking a 1-0 lead through, I think, Brandon Wallace. I'll confirm to you once it's up on the Football Web Pages website. If you don't follow that and you like this league, I would 100% recommend you get update information on all the games across the league. So on Saturday, you can keep tabs on how Guernsey are doing in their relegation battle. At the moment, you're keeping tabs on it. You can see Guernsey are winning 1-0 and keeping themselves within a chance of staying up in the Ishbin South Central League. It's through the man that's got the ball at the moment, Brandon Wallace. Again, I've said that too confidently. I really hope it was Brandon Wallace. I'm just waiting for an update. Turn from Wallace. It's Thomas Dodds. I think his clearance got blocked into the hands of Seb Shepherd, who's holding it now. Let's see, can I find... It was Brandon Wallace, go me. As Guernsey looked long. Sam Murray battling well. And the referee said he's battled a little bit too hard there, caught the defender. It'll be a free kick for Binfield. Well, Brandon Wallace, he really has been excellent this season. And that goal, an important one for the team. There has already been a substitution. I did miss that. I think the subs are happening below the camera. About 20 minutes in, Ethan Lindo went off for Linford Saki. I'm going to keep an eye on that Football Web Pages, because it's going to give me updates that I'm going to miss live. So far, the only booking is for Guernsey. It's for Thomas Dodds, in case you missed that. It was definitely a booking, stopping a counter-attack. As Fubler looks long, Gawain can't get ahead in it, and it'll be a Guernsey throw-in on the left-hand side. Brandon Wallace with the ball in his hands. Special shout-out to another left-back in the Guernsey squad, Fraser, who helped sort this out. He's played for Guernsey a few times this season. Sorted out the commentary, meant that we could have it live for you. As Voden comes across and slightly slices the clearance, and Binfield will look to come forward on his left-hand side with Esperit. Up against Jacob Fallais on the left. Pulls it back, Voden's there. Clearance isn't quite where he wanted it. It'll be out for a corner for Binfield, but Away is away. Thank you. Sarge has confirmed to message it was Brandon. Tremendous. I have no idea how behind the stream is either to what I'm seeing. I get the feeling it's a couple of minutes. But as up to date can be. As Binfield look to deliver. It's another set piece. Towards that back post, and again going to get ahead in it, and then it's cleared away. Look to bring it forward, but Matt Loring is there. Takes a touch, looks to release. Release Brandon Wallace, who is shepherded. It's now Guernsey throwing. Wallace looks to take it quick, decides against it. Just let his team regroup, get up the pitch, and it'll be Covin to take the throw in. Looks down the line towards Ross Allen, can't find him. Valet's getting back up against Saki. Does well. Be a throw in for Binfield, and Guernsey will regroup again at the back. Whew. If you're just tuning in, it's currently Binfield 0, Guernsey 1, as we are getting closer to the 40th minute here. A goal from left wing back Brandon Wallace has put the Green Lions up 1-0. A shot from the edge of the box. Went past the keeper into the bottom corner. A well-struck effort. And so far, a great effort from the entire Guernsey team. Top performance. We've got Ben AC returning to the team for today. Seb Shepherd in goal as well, who's featured a few times this season and always impressed, and so far continues to do so. As it's a long throw into the Guernsey area. I think that was Jacob Fallows that rose highest. And it will be a corner for Binfield again. They've had a few, but Guernsey have dealt with what they've thrown at them so far. They do have to keep their focus. Near post, far post, round the back is what the manager's saying. There's only one ball. Where is he going to choose to put it? Towards the near post, but it has actually gone out for a goal kick before making it to the box. Always frustrating for defenders when that happens. And I would know. I'm not good at taking corners. Seb Shepherd with the ball in his hands, just calming things down. Not rushing himself. Goes short to Voden. As Binfield come down the right hand side and try to enter the box. It's forced away again by Guernsey. They just seem to be keeping Binfield at arm's length from the goal. It's really good defensive setup from Guernsey. And it's a poor touch, and now Govan will look to find Brandon Wallace on the left hand side. Looks to release Murray. Can't find him. Ross Allen picks up the pieces and keeps the Guernsey attack alive, and then finds Charlton Govan in the middle. Looks to find Sam Murray. Sam Murray one-on-one. Sam Murray! A whisker wide from doubling the Guernsey lead. And potentially putting them in a good position as we head towards half-time. It was an excellent bit of play from Ross Allen, Charlton Govan and Sam Murray. The front three really linking up nicely. I've just been sent a screenshot by Sarge, who messaged him yesterday saying those crossbar shots go in tomorrow. Oh no, Sarge said to Brandon, sorry, those crossbar shots go in tomorrow. And Brandon said they need to. Well, they have, Brandon. It's an excellent finish. Sarge knew. The all-knowing Sarge Rahman. As Binfield looked to come forward. Thomas Dodds puts it out of play. Throw in again. He's looked really competent at the back. There was points in the season where Guernsey were effectively lining up without a real recognised centre-back. Thomas Dodds, ever versatile. Some say he's a midfielder, some say he's a centre-back, but there was points where there was no Voden, no Falaise, no Jamie Dodd. That was what he was going to say. No one that's an out-and-out centre-back. And he covered really well in there with Dave Merris and Shaq Covin. And then I remember Jacob Fallows coming back and really it looked comfortable as Binfield look in there, and again, going to get it away with a header. And the second header from Matt Loring only succeeds in putting it behind for a corner. But again, the lesser of two evils, just making sure nothing too bad happens here. If you're just tuning in, we're a couple of minutes away from half-time here at the iconic stadium. That's what they called it. They must have known. It's currently Binfield 0, Guernsey 1. Binfield with a corner here on their right-hand side. It's going to be an in-swinger from a left foot. It's taking their time. They do. Right towards the penalty spot. Oh, I'm not sure where that was going, but it was cleared eventually by Guernsey. Again, well defended. Apologies to anyone that is tuning in. If I do miss something, I'm commentating from my bedroom because I couldn't make it to the game on time after work. As Binfield have a throw in their own half. But I think we're doing pretty well. Had some positive messages so far. In fact, what this means is I can actually check if there's any comments on the live stream. There is. Andre, normal cameraman, saying, let's go GFC. My commentator, thank you, Nick Clark. My Alderney man. As Charlton Govan does well on the ball. Gets Guernsey a throw in. How vital is a result for GFC tonight was one of the comments. Massive. A win is all that will do. Anything less results in Guernsey being relegated tonight. A win takes it to the final day of the season, meaning Guernsey will be 3 points off safety. And a win is all that will keep them up, and a shift in goal difference. As Ben Acey, a lovely chop in the midfield, but he is crowded out, but the ball comes out to Brandon Wallace, our goal scorer so far on that left-hand side. Does well to keep the ball. The referee said he handled it as he slipped slightly. So, free kick for Binfield in their own half. Their goalkeeper's going to come forward and take it. I do quite like his name, Fubber. It's a fun name to say. Fubber Junior. That alludes to a Fubber Senior being there somewhere. Referee just asking him to hurry up. I actually think he's asking Ross Allen to stand back. So they go long. As you get to the second ball, Binfield get to the third. Matt Loring looking to get to the fourth. Sam Murray coming back and getting his team the ball back nicely. He looks to release Charlton Govan. He's not going to do so. Although Govan gambled on it and nearly got to it. Forces a mistake out Binfield and gets a throw in. Referee just holding up play a second. I can't actually see why. Oh, is he calling over Jacob Fallais and Ross Allen? So I guess Jacob Fallais' mouth has been a little bit too active. And he's just having a word with Fallais and his captain to ask him to just calm down. All seems to be good though. Guernsey will get us back underway. I think it's going to be Shaq Coven with the throw in on the near side. As we tick towards that half-time mark. We are 45 minutes in. If you're just tuning in on YouTube, the clock is probably 30 seconds to a minute behind because I forgot to hit go on that one that you can see in the top left. So we are only a couple of moments away from half-time, but Benacy with a good tackle keeps the ball in the Binfield half, but they will get the throw in. Referee has just looked at his watch, as I allude to it being nearly half-time. A positive performance from the visitors. It's what they wanted. It's what they need today. Fallais, a good header. Damien Lewis with a good pass forward. I haven't mentioned him enough there, Captain Damien Lewis. What a name. Oh, it's a nice bit of play there. Matt Loring battling well. Coven crowded out, loses the ball, goes to ground, gets back straight back up. The referee says no foul. Thomas Dodds will chase. It's all good. It's gone out for a Guernsey throw-in. Can't be long left. And as I say that, the referee blows. So we found half-time. Why is Josh Addison not in goal? It's it was very last minute, this game. I don't know, is the truth, as the commentator. But with it being a midweek game, and it was only announced on Saturday, I believe, to the squad that it would be a midweek game because it was meant to be played Saturday. Sometimes work commitments just can't be avoided. But an excellent performance from Guernsey in that first half. A goal from Brandon Wallace has put the Green Lions 1-0 up. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the second half, so do stick around. We'll be live on X for commentary if you can't watch. If you can watch, we're live on YouTube for the full game today. So please do tune in. Your support is super appreciated by everyone at the club, and I know that because I'm on the coach most away days, and the players absolutely love seeing a crowd, whether it's a virtual crowd or one there in person. We'll be back in 15. Welcome back to the second half here at the iconic stadium. Just see Guernsey FC are making their way back out for the second half here against Binfield. If you're just tuning in, Guernsey are currently 1-0 up at half time. A win is all that will do for Guernsey. Keeps them within touching distance of the Metropolitan Police ahead of Saturday's big fixtures. Guernsey go to Harrow Borough on Saturday, but first we need to complete the 45 minutes ahead of us. I skipped over a comment that I saw on the YouTube channel at halftime, and I hadn't fully read it. I thought it was best of luck for Sutton Common Rovers, and being the great commentator I am, I never really remember who we were playing on the week. It was best of luck from Sutton Common Rovers, so thank you very much. A very nice club. Shame, unfortunately, they've gone down. It's nothing against you guys. I really don't want to join you in the division below. Uh, just hoping Guernsey can stay up. It was Brandon Wallace with an excellent finish to put the Green Lions up 1-0. If you've missed the goal, I would highly recommend quickly heading over to the Guernsey FC Instagram account. And if you check out the latest Instagram story, it's a lovely angle of the goal. Excellent finish. A lot better than I think I thought it was. I thought it was deflected. He's finished it really nicely. You can see the referee's making his way to the centre circle with the ball. I'm hoping I hit go on the timer a lot better than I did in the first half. The referee just seems to be checking everyone's good to go. See the floodlights are well and truly up now as the sun has gone down. It's a beautiful little sunset during that first half. Can't see any changes for either team at half time. Referee checking the linesmen are ready to go. It's going to be Ross Allen to get Guernsey underway. We are back underway here. Ross Allen coming forward. Is pulled back, and it'll be a Guernsey free kick to kick off the second half. Again, that man, Jacob Valles, wandering forwards. Joining Sam Murray and Ross Allen up there. All threats. Who the Binfield goal shot? Coven as well. It's going to be Charlton Govine over this. You can see Brandon Wallace just making a move down the left, potentially as an option to pass to and then cross. I think Govine is going to look to deliver it straight to the box. It's a bit central maybe, but he's going to try. Just lift it over the top. Does so. Keeper comes out. Fubler as well. Holds it and then looks to release his side on the counter. I think Govine slipped, but succeeds in knocking the ball up and just delaying that counter. And Ben Acey gets back really well. Although the referee's given a free kick against him, I can't really see why. I thought he got the ball quite cleanly, but either way, Guernsey's defence is allowed to get back and reset. Govine has stayed down though. He is holding his head, so the referee won't start playing until he's back up and running. Hopefully. Yeah, thank you for everyone tuning in on X and on YouTube. I think I looked in the first half, we were up to 205 people, which is pretty mega. So thank you very much for tuning in. And thank you to everyone that's been supporting the new ground, Victoria Park. It's excellent. It really does help the club. Every person in the ground. Oh, I forgot to activate those two. Everyone that goes to the ground really is appreciated. Binfield look to deliver again. Quite central free kick. They get a first header on it. They go down. Referee says no. Allen gets the ball on the edge of the box. And then he's tripped. And the referee gives Guernsey a free kick. And I think they're just going to take their time getting out from the back here. It's going to be Seb Shepherd with the goal kick. It's been excellent so far. Made a really important save at 0-0. And has looked really confident from every cross he's come up against. Of course, only debuted for Guernsey on New Year's Day. Was it New Year's Day? It wasn't quite New Year's Day, was it? It was the first game of 2025 though for Guernsey FC. It was an away game. Finished 1-1. Jacob Fallows with Guernsey's goal, and pretty much their only attempt is Sam Murray does well to win the ball back in the midfield, and then look to release Ross Allen down his left hand side. Allen succeeds in keeping it in. Looks to deliver with his left foot. Defender slips. Fulster. And it's in. I think that's from Sam Murray. But that doubles Guernsey's lead. And that is huge. I had a message from club chairman Nick Legger halftime saying he wanted the score doubled. Sam Murray has listened and answered. And he's made it Binfield 0, Guernsey 2. Well, it was a bit of a scramble. It was a cross in from Ross Allen. The defender slightly slipped on his clearance, and Murray was there to prod it home. I think he might have hit it against the defender before it rolled in, but that is his 11th goal of the season. And a well-taken one. I didn't mention earlier, but Brandon Wallace's goal in that first half was his first of the season. Couldn't have really come at a more important time for the Green Lions, only his third for the club. But as we've seen this season, he's become very versatile, playing at left wing back a lot more. His defensive contribution hasn't gone unnoticed. Today, he'll be very pleased to have gotten a goal. And Murray will be very pleased to have made it 2-0 to Guernsey. Wallace with a lovely flick to Govine. Looks to link back up with him. Just out-muscled there, Wallace. And it'll be a throw-in for Binfield. But Guernsey starting to show a bit of confidence there. A nice bit of link-up play between Govine and Wallace down the left-hand side. That confidence oozing out the boys as Wallace slightly misses the header, but Dodds stands him up. AC nutmegged. Foden heads away. That's the left-hand side. And Shaq Covin gets a foot to it and then looks to clear it down the line. Can't quite keep it in place. It will be thrown. And Binfield may well look to launch the ball into the Guernsey box again. And they are going to do so. Sam Murray getting back as well to help his team out defensively. They go long. Falls to the feet of Matt Loring, I think, who at the second time of asking clears it away. And Ross Allen gets there. Ross just showing his composure there to, instead of just teething it, keeping the ball, and then Guernsey look in behind. There's a couple chasing. The keeper's come out. It's fallen to Brandon Wallace, who looked to double Guernsey's lead, but the flag was up from the linesman. I don't think anyone knew. It was a great block from the defender to actually block Wallace's shot. I don't think he knew there was an offside flag up, but Guernsey again threatening. And a third really could kill this game off. Can still hear that Binfield bench asking their players to set the tempo. Guernsey not allowing them to do so. As they look long. Falles with a good header forwards. It's going to come straight back towards Guernsey. Thomas Dodds gets a block on it. And then Cart gets beaten to the second ball. Cross on the right-hand side. Seb Shepherd watches it into his grateful arms. Here's some positive chance from the calls from the Guernsey bench. Pleased with what they're seeing. Wanting more of the same. Covin looks to run down the right, can't quite do so. Covin chops it into Charlton Covine. They look long. Matt Loring brings it down. Oh, slightly loses his footing, and now Binfield will look to counter. I think AC might have pulled something. He's not moving comfortably. Is Binfield are in here? Oh, it's off the post. Seb Shepherd did well to stay tall, stay big. I think we might be seeing the last of Ben AC for today soon, because he seemed to be limping there. And I'd spotted before he was just leaning down a little bit, not looking too comfortable. He's been excellent today. As I mentioned in the first half, he's been playing for Farnborough a lot. Play a couple of divisions above this. And you can see his quality on the ball. Of course, also played in the Bristol City Academy. He's a player with a serious footballing CV. It's just great to see him in Guernsey green again. AC looks to flick on, does find Murray. And then looks to flick it on to Charlton Govine. And the referee's giving Guernsey a free kick for an off-the-ball tussle between Ross Allen and a defender. Allen looking pretty aggrieved at the defender, and the defender does go into the referee's book. So the second booking of the game, the first for Binfield. And it's going to give Guernsey another opportunity to look to cross the ball in. AC does seem to be moving a bit better now, so maybe it's not the last we've seen of him. That can only be good news if he is staying on. And Charlton Govine stands over this. Govine over this free kick. It's flicked on and out for a goal kick for Binfield. If you are just tuning in, just under 10 minutes into this second half, Brandon Wallace put Guernsey ahead about 34 minutes into the first half. And then very early on in the second half, Sam Murray has doubled the lead. I'm going to double check that. It looked like Sam Murray had scored to me, but I am watching on my laptop at home as Brandon Wallace looks to release Charlton Govine down the left. I think the ball's slightly heavy. Maybe a throw-in. Oh, it's actually gone down as an own goal for Montgomery Brady. I'm going to give credit to Sam Murray, though. It was excellent striker play. To be in the right area, prod it towards goal. I think it was going in anyway, to be fair to Murray. As Ross Allen looks to release Charlton Govine down the left-hand side again. He does well. And he does actually succeed in getting his team a corner. Binfield a little frustrated by that because I think they thought they shepherded it out nicely. It was Luke Wayborn that looked to shepherd it out. It's been a bad couple of minutes for Montgomery Brady, actually, because he was the man that was booked for fouling Ross Allen moments after the... well, not moments, but a couple of minutes after the goal. So, not an ideal start to the second half for the Binfield defender. Exactly what Guernsey needed. It'll be a corner. Brandon Wallace fakes to make a movement towards Govine, who's taking it. It's crossed in. Bit of pinball in the box. It comes out to Ross Allen, or leaves it for Charlton Govine. Comes to Allen, who fell over but gets to his feet to pick it up. Nice little Cruyff turn. Crosses it on his right foot. Cleared away by Binfield. Guernsey's just trying to keep the attack alive. Oh, and it's blocked, I think. It was Jack Coven's attempt. It looked decent. My stream was lagging. I couldn't quite tell. But Guernsey appear to have the hosts on the ropes here and really do want to take advantage of this. Of course, goal difference could be key when it comes down to the crunch on Saturday. Guernsey needing to overturn a goal difference deficit to the Metropolitan Police. At the moment... Actually, no, it's not goal difference. Guernsey currently sit 2 points behind the Met Police, so they just would need to better the Met Police result to win. My apologies, I've been misinforming you most of the game. It's crossed in from the right-hand side. Fubler gets up well and catches. If you're just tuning in on X, Guernsey are doing us proud. Just trying to see if I can load up the comments on YouTube if anyone has any questions. Me too, Sarge. I do beg something. It was do well for us as Guernsey defend that nicely. Shepherd out for a goal kick. No, I do like Sutton Conroy. It's an absolutely lovely club. I'm gutted to see you guys in the drop zone along with us. We're in it together, though. There's a lot of really great clubs in and around. I'm happy to say that South Park, I really like the South Park guys. I'm really happy to say that they've been able to just steer themselves clear of this relegation battle. As there's just a hold up and play. I think it might be AC down again. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to continue this time. No, it's always the sad bit of football when relegation does come. It has to happen to someone. Just got to hope it's not Guernsey's year. It is AC, just making his way to the touchline with Sharman, who was giving him a bit of medical attention. We'll see if he is able to continue. Guernsey missing a few midfield options. No Finn Duport, but there is Seb Vance. There is Dave Merris. There is Finn Patton, who's maybe not quite a midfielder. But there is options for the Green Lions. And it is going to be Seb Vance coming on for Ben AC here in the 58th minute. Competent midfielder, does the simple things well. Always seems to make that nice, simple pass, which is exactly what Guernsey will need. Keeps possession nicely. As Shepherd will take this free kick. Referee blows. He's ready to get the game back underway. Looks towards that right-hand side. bit short of Coven. Fale's caught in 2 minds, but does well. Forces man down the line. And it will be a goal kick for Seb Shepherd to take. There is going to be another substitution here. The linesman just been called across. Let's have a look who it is. It's going to be 2 changes for the host. We're going to see Malachi Henry and Logan Coles come on for Harvey Griffiths and Luke Wayborn. So 2 defenders coming off. I don't know the Binfield team well enough to tell you if these guys are attackers that are coming on. But you'd imagine they are making a couple of attacking changes. They don't have too many options on the bench. In the same boat as Guernsey, with this game being postponed to midweek, there's not loads of turnaround time. And sometimes at this level, life does get the better of people being able to play, which is always a shame. Seb Shepherd gets us back underway. Matt Loring gets a good chest on it. Bit of a battle in the midfield. Guernsey come away with it, and Voden hooks the ball away and actually into the path of Ross Allen down the right-hand side. Cuts it back nicely onto left. Plays it off to Charlton Govine, who continues to run down the right. Delivers. It's cleared to the edge of the box. Well struck by Shaq Coven, but it's blocked. Seb Vance nearly got a toe on that to dispossess Binfield. They come forward now down the left. A slightly heavy touch makes its way to Seb Shepherd's hands. And he just slows the game down. Shepherd in no rush here. He's trying to set something up. You can see Sam Murray's come to this near post. Ball on the ground, then looks long. Goes to Binfield man. Foden. Takes no risk there, just puts a foot through it. He'll be a throw for Binfield right in their corner. Guernsey can look to bring a high press. Wallace beaten in the air, but that works to Guernsey's favour. It'll be a throw-in for the visitors. Up to 213 live viewers on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in. I don't think I've ever been involved with a stream with that many people. That's quite nice. But it is a very big game, so thank you for tuning in. Watching in Swansea. Keep it up, lads. Indeed, Martin. Keep it up, Guernsey. Wallace looks down the line. Wallace on the ball again. Looking to take on a few, but he's just crowded out. Guernsey working hard to get back, though, as the counter is sprung by Binfield on the left-hand side. Ooh, and just better safe than sorry. I think Seb Shepherd had come out to collect, but either Fales or Voden, I couldn't tell which one, just went safe and put it behind for a corner. Better behind for a corner than in the back of your net. Also, if you're tuning in supporting Binfield, I'm sorry. I am going to be quite biased. Corner for the host, though. Hope this doesn't go in. And Guernsey get it away nicely with Shaq Coven. You know, as soon as I said that, I really wished I hadn't, because I would have looked like a right fool if they had scored. Brandon Wallace pressing on his own, keeping Binfield away. Excellent work from the man that opened the scoring here. He's having an excellent game. And Guernsey will have a throw in again on their tie in their half. And again, just gives them a moment, breather, to reset, slow the game down. You can see Binfield are trying to rush Guernsey into mistakes. Guernsey just keeping their head, keeping cool, keeping calm. Murray flicks on the ball. Govine can't get there, but Matt Loring can pick up the loose pieces. Murray down the left-hand side. He looked second favourite to get to it, but he has got there. And then it's just shepherded behind nicely by Montgomery Brady for a goal kick, who wasn't happy that Sam Murray had played the ball a bit further behind the goal. There is a bit of a hill, so it's just rolled straight back to the keeper, but you can see him being a little frustrated with that potentially being a bit of time wasting. Goal kick for Binfield. They've not gone your typical playing out from the back. They are going long from each goal kick. To be honest, so far it's favoured Jacob Fallais, who comes out as the winner in most aerial duels he faces. And it's going to be Fallais underneath it again, and once again he does win it. As Ross Allen looks down the left-hand side, Charlton Govine's going to give chase, and Brady just plays it sensibly out for a Guernsey throw-in. Didn't want to risk anything against the always dangerous Charlton Govine, always eager to press and potentially force the opponents into unforced errors, or forced errors, I suppose. And Brandon Wallace has the ball in his hands. The referee just asking Wallace to take a moment while Govine has a drink. Was it Murray? Might have been Murray. Wallace finds Ross Allen, brings it down his chest, plays back inside to Wallace, who gets to the byline on the left, pulls it back. Oh, what a save from Fubler. Charlton Govine appeared to have the goal at his mercy. He was maybe 5 yards out, and he's just hit it straight at the keeper. He could have made it 3 and really comfortable for Guernsey. Instead, it stays 0-0. Voden looks long. Falls to... nearly fell to Murray in the box. I think he's essentially defiled a defender in the process, but the referee's not seen it. It'll be a throw-in for Binfield, but that could have killed the game off. A massive chance for Charlton Govine to kill the game off, and Fubler made himself big, got his body in between the back of the net and the ball, and it remains Binfield 0, Guernsey 2. A little pause in play there as the referee just checked that everyone was okay. Someone was on the ground in the Binfield box from Binfield. They now look long. Thomas Dodds with an important block. If he didn't get there, Binfield were in. Tom Bowden looks to switch it. Brandon Wallace, brings it down expert. Don't imagine those two have been confused too much before. With the camera angle, he looked quite tall. Ross Allen, expert, pull down the line to Charlton Govine. Drives in towards the box. It's forced away. Oh, and it's just bounced off his toe and out for a goal kick. He'll be frustrated. It was a promising position, but Guernsey continuing to get into those positions, creating issues for the hosts. Not just resting on the lead they've got, looking to build on it. So even Seb Vance joining that back line from the goal kick in case he needs to go for an aerial challenge. And Tom Dodds gets an important toe on it and puts it out for a throw-in for the hosts. Watch down the line. Vance battling, Battling well, getting his team a throw-in, showing his strength. Brandon Wallace being asked to take the throw-in from where it went out, as he'd gained a few yards there. Wallace going down the line. Ross Allen, his captain, telling him to get on with it. Allen judged to have fouled Hilton there. Binfield going long quickly. Fallais gets a toe on it. And then gets a head on that. Clears it away from the edge of the box. Again, Binfield just being kept at arm's length from the Guernsey goal. Well, sandwiched by Ross Allen and Seb Vance. Binfield can't believe they've not been given the throw, and it looked like a good tackle from Guernsey, so I'd assumed it was a throw-in to the host, but Brandon Wallace instead is the one to come across to take this. The referee, I think, just having a word with one of the Binfield defenders, or is it the keeper? I think he's just booked the goalkeeper. Maybe being too vocal. I'll double check that for you. Tony Vance just coming out of his technical area to have a word with Ross Allen. I can't see yet who's been booked there. I guess it might take a moment to update for me on the Football Web Pages app. I'll let you know as soon as I find out who that booking's for. Coven down the right-hand side, doing really well. I thought he'd lost it, but he's kept the ball and then played it inside to Matt Loring. Loring and Coven linking up nicely. There'll be a throw in for Guernsey on the right-hand side. It's going to be a throw in for Guernsey. Oh, the referee, I think, wanted to check the ball. Checking it's bumped up enough. It might not be. Well, you don't see that every day. Well, I heard that one. I don't know if that came through in the commentary, but someone just saying that ball is flat. About 20 minutes away from the end here. Guernsey have a throw in the attack. Shaq Coven going to launch it towards that near post. Does so. It's flicked on by a Binfield header and then flicked away. Only as far as Matt Loring, who looks to keep the attack alive. Finds Brandon Wallace, who delivers. It's headed away. Only as far as Matt Loring again. And then his pass forward is intercepted. And he has fouled his Binfield man. Loring not happy with the referee's decision. I think he thought he just lost his balance. Going to be taken by goalkeeper Fubler. You can see Seb Vance is helping out little Brandon Wallace every time they're looking to go long, just to make sure Wallace isn't completely beaten in the air, because he's not the tallest of players, Brandon Wallace. Fubler goes long. I'll tell you what, it nearly was Brandon Wallace who won that header. It's come out to this right-hand side though. Binfield still in possession. Thomas Dodds keeping them away from goal. They look to cross it. Jacob Fallais gets a foot to it, and it goes long towards Sam Murray, who was taking his chances on it. Someone's gone down. Chetman Govine, not a foul against him, and you can see why, because the man's got straight up as Ross Allen enters the box from the left. Ross Allen! Well saved. It nearly fell to Govine, and Murray doesn't quite fall Guernsey's way, and it will be a goal kick. But my word, that was excellent from Ross Allen. Would have been exceptional if he'd found the back of the net with that one. If you're keeping track of the YouTube comments, I don't want to say what Sarge has said, but exactly the same, Sarge. Another goal would be very welcome. And it looks like Binfield are going to make a couple of more changes. It's going to be Stewart on for Richard Esprit, and Smith Jones is off for Riley Robinson. Fubler's going to get us back underway with another long goal kick. Here's on Jacob Fallais. There must be a magnet in that forehead. He's won another header. There's a Seb Vance again. He's won his team possession back quite a few times now. I've just had a very interesting message. We'll see if Dave Merris comes on, because if he does, there's a bit of history if he does, which is quite cool. Very interesting. It would put him in some very esteemed company. Dave Merris, of course, a former professional footballer. We're very lucky to have him at Guernsey. Just a top bloke, to be honest. I think I could... Actually, that's the Binfield bench, isn't it? I thought I could see someone stretching. And no, David's probably him. He's one of the fittest players in the squad, despite being, I think, the oldest. Shaq Coven with a good header. He's been excellent today. The wing-backs this season in Shaq Coven and Brandon Wallace have performed excellently throughout and deserve a good result today. If you are just tuning in, we're about the 73rd minute here. Binfield 0, Guernsey 2. And it's a case of Guernsey do seem to, for the most part, be in the hunt for a third goal. Charlton Govine coming close moments ago, but now Binfield will look to come forward. It's an important last-ditch challenge from Jacob Fallais. Questions of offside. No question of offside. The linesman has raised his flag and it'll be an offside against Binfield. Thomas Dodds just stepping up the line alongside Jacob Fallais. Catch Binfield out when they could have potentially been in on goal. Excellent defending from the Green Lions. Looks like Fallais is going to take this. Seb Shepherd will just stay in goal. Looks to switch it towards Brandon Wallace. Can't quite get to it, but he'll keep chase. Loses out. Goes into the middle. Fallais with an important tackle. And then stepped past him. They look over the top. Cove in with an important header. Slows down the attack. And that'll be a goal kick for Guernsey. Well defended again. All the players stretching at times to make themselves as big as possible to get blocks in. I can see Sam Murray is just stretching out in the centre circle. Wanting to make sure he can make the full 90. Having that target man up there is a real outlet for Guernsey. And I can see it's Thomas Dodds coming off. And it is Dave Merris. I alluded to it before. There's a bit of history here. Coming on, Dave Merris equals to the day the oldest player to have ever played for Guernsey. Let me read out what Nick Clegg said. So, tomorrow is the 24th of April, as we know. If Mez got on tomorrow, he would be 44, 6 months and 11 days. Matt Letitia played one game out of retirement for Guernsey, and he was 44, 6 months and 10 days. So he's equalled it. I don't know why he said about tomorrow. He's just equalled it. He's the exact same age that Matt Letitia was when he came on and was substituted on for Ollie McKenzie in a 4-2 defeat back in 2013. So the more you know. Congratulations, Dave Merris. He's not, of course, an original Guernsey FC player, as he's played for quite cool teams. I'm 90% sure in saying he scored against West Ham. And not like for a youth team, he scored against them in the League Cup. There's an offside against Binfield as they're coming forward. I should probably focus on the game rather than just Dave Merris. In fact, I'm going to Google this Dave Merris against West Ham. Maybe I've made this up. Oops. Maybe he didn't score against West Ham. Who knows? There is a goal of him scoring in the League Cup on YouTube. That's what I'm trying to say. Seb Shepherd with the goal kick. Not the goal kick, the free kick in his box. Looks long. And there's a flag up for Ross Allen, who's offside. And Binfield looking to get things back underway quickly. Dave Merris has watched that and defended it well. Jacob Fallais, competent clearance, out for a throw-in. Binfield looking to maybe set up. Yeah, they're going to set up for another long throw-in. It's going to be number 3, Pennicott Bowen, who looks long. Gets into the box, but then he's forced wide. Man on the ball. In the corner flag, looks to cross it. Can't keep it in. Guernsey goal kick. Seb Shepherd goes to collect. And he made a great save early on to keep things at 0-0. And since then, his defenders have rewarded him with, for himself, I'd say a pretty quiet game. It's taken a moment to get the ball. Has done so in no real rush. Guernsey quite happy to Etch away a couple more precious seconds. He's got Sam Murray to aim for. Again, it's just gone a bit short, but Jacob Fallows is going to get there and head back to his goalkeeper, and Guernsey won't mind that. Fallows, Voden and Dodds, although now Dave Merritt in that back three, have looked extremely strong. Been able to handle everything Binfield have thrown their way so far. Sam Murray gets a lovely flick onto goal scorer Brandon Wallace. See Thomas Dodds stretching out on the sideline. Wallace just looked inside for Murray, but he couldn't quite find him. Intercepted, and they now look inside. Binfield coming forward. That's not offside. There's been a few recently, but that's not going to be. Seb Shepherd just clears it. It wasn't quite going to make it into the box where he could pick it up. Saki keeps the attack alive for Binfield. Charlton Govine was the man to work hard to get the ball back for his team, and then he'll dribble out of danger, and dribble into a foul and get his team a free kick and a chance to get out. Well defended by Seb Shepherd. I said he's had a bit of a quiet game. That was a bit of an awkward one. I think the man was going to get to the ball just before it made it to the box, so he had to clear it instead of trying to catch it. He'll clear from this free kick, though. Guernsey with one more sub available if they so wish, in the form of young Finn Patterson. It's been excellent for Guernsey this season as Sam Murray looks to flick on to the not-so-young Ross Allen. Can't quite do so. Correct, Darren. Yes, we do need a 14-goal pull between ourselves and the Met Police, but if we win and they lose on Saturday, as things stand, Guernsey would stay up. It's a long shot, but some odds are better than no odds on Guernsey staying up. And at the moment, Guernsey doing all they can to try and keep themselves in the Ishbian South Central League. It's the tightest relegation battle we've seen in this league for quite some time. Can be a throw in for Shaq Cobin to take. Notch down the line. Flicked on to Ross Allen. Looks to centre the ball. Headed away. And then helped on its way by Binfield. But Dave Maris comes forward to head it forward towards Brandon Wallace. It's advanced, beaten to the ball. Clever touch beyond Maris. And it was Matt Loring that helped his team out there by getting back. Comes to Maris, who clears it to Brandon Wallace, but he is caught there as he cleared it, and the referee's reaching for his pocket. The referee's pointing to different parts on the pitch, which normally means you've committed a few too many fouls. And it's a booking. We're not too far away from the finish now. Just 10 minutes to go. Under 10 minutes to go. Guernsey 2 goals to the good. Brandon Wallace and Sam Murray effort, aided by Montgomery Brady, into the back of the net, means that the Green Lions are 2 goals to the good. It's high. Tom Voden looks to bring it down. Can't do so. Shaq Cobin will look to clear. So it's good press from Govine, but they do well there, and Binfield will look to come forward. Can't quite do so. I can hear some of the mainlanders cheering on their side. They've been lucky enough to see quite a few wins this season compared to at home. Guernsey's away form a little bit better than the home. But for them, it often is quite a bit of a trek, sometimes up to 2 hours on the road to get to see their beloved Guernsey. So always a nice reward when they can get a performance like today's has been. It's been excellent from Guernsey. 2 goals to the good, much deserved of the lead they currently have, but they do need to see it out. Cobin with the throw-in. Again, Guernsey looking towards Sam Murray. Ross Allen pressing. Charlton Govine intercepts. silent like a librarian, snuck up on Binfield, got the ball, and then gets his team a throw in right by the corner flag. Keeps Guernsey in the attacking ascendancy. We're not going to see the big man Jacob Falaise make his way forward from the back this time. Guernsey know they have something to hold on to, but there is a few players in the box. There's Murray, there's Allen, there's Brandon Wallace, there's Matt Loring. So it's not as if Guernsey aren't committing to trying to get a third. A bit more sensible about it now. There's crosses, and it will be a goal kick for the hosts. Cross not quite correct, although asking the... Oh no, it is a corner. I did think it was a corner. I thought it was strange, but it looked like everyone was set up for a goal kick. But no, it's a corner. It looks like Charlton Govine is going across to take it again. Oh no, Jacob Falaise this time has gone forward, I think. No, that's Shaq Caven. Falaise is staying back, so Guernsey really not wanting to overcommit to this. Dave Maris just hanging around the edge of the box, though, as an option. Govine delivers. Vance was nearly there. Fubler does well to keep the ball in his area and not handle it outside. Then he'll look to set his team off on the counter quickly. And this is why Jacob Falaise stayed back this time. He gets ahead to it, but doesn't get it away. Just slows down the counter, but it allows teammates to get back. Sam Murray did so, and Charlton Govine, sorry, and Ross Allen did. Brandon Wallace is caught late there. The referee's coming across. Ross Allen is not happy with the force that went into that challenge. The referee is coming across. I think he's going to ask linesman. I don't think it was a red, I'll be honest. At first viewing, I think it was a yellow and a little bit forceful, but Wallace has stayed down. I wouldn't mind seeing a second angle on it. Referee's taking his time. He's not pulled out a card yet. He's trying to pull the man away from the crowd. Well, we can hear Ross Allen and the manager having words with each other. It is a yellow. I think that's the right call. I don't think it was quite harsh enough to be a red, but I think that's Jamie Hilton going into the book. Although no, Jamie Hilton was booked earlier. I can't tell who's getting booked. The app's not updating quick enough. If you are tuning in, we're about 5 minutes from Chronic Stadium. Love that name. Hannah Wallace getting a few cheers. He's going to play on. I imagine the referee is going to ask him to leave the pitch for a second with Steve Sharman as his protocol. They seem to have stayed on. Maybe he's not. Yeah, no, he's going to be allowed to play on. But no, if you're tuning in, it's currently Guernsey 2-0. Goals from that man, Brandon Wallace, and Sam Murray's effort that was blocked in by Montgomery Brady has put Guernsey 2-0 up. And they've defended superbly, keeping Binfield arm's length from the goal. Ross Allen was in there, but he was also offside. Guys, we've just one more sub available in Finn Patterson, if they so wish. There's about 230 people watching live now on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in for the end of the game here. Fubler's going to take this free kick in his own half. Everyone else in Binfield red in the Guernsey half. Headed away by Jacob Falaise. Who else? But Binfield keep the attack alive on the left. Let's cross it. It's beyond Voda, but it's not beyond Falaise. And you can see why he's the middle of the back three. He just has a knack for getting to these balls and being in the right place at the right time for Guernsey. As he comes out to the left-hand side again for Binfield, they'll look to cross. Increasing the pressure here, and it is going to be a corner for the hosts now. Increasing the pressure they're putting on Guernsey in these final minutes. It's an outswinger. Ooh, and it was going towards goal. Someone blocked it away for a corner. It was an important block, a much needed one. I think it was Charlton Govine. We'll give Charlton the credit for that one. It's delivered again, and this time they rise highest. I think it was Govine again to get his head to that. Brandon Wallace will chase, block off the passing option. So they make way towards the edge of the box. On the left again. Look to shoot. Shepherd watches it all the way into his arms again. Guernsey so far, 88 minutes in, they've kept their concentration. Defended really well. They'll need to just continue to do so. Binfield come down the right-hand side. It's a heavy pass from that man, Brady. Shepherd again will take this goal kick. Again, not in a massive rush. Shepherd lines it up. Shepherd looks on towards Seb Vance. Calls for a push in the back, not given. Voden clears to Brandon Wallace. Just looked to touch it inside for his fellow goal scorer. In Murray couldn't quite do so. Voden heads away again. Coven down the right side, no foul given. Looks to drive, looks to deliver. It's bounced awkwardly. Sam Murray will be there. It's an offside given against Murray. Binfield are going to go long. Fabler with the free kick in his own area. Go long. Maris heads it down. It'll be a Binfield throw in the Guernsey half. The clock is about to tick to 90. Maris clears. Govine clears well into the Binfield half. We have now ticked over the 90th minute. Guernsey 2-0 up. It's going to be a throw in for Guernsey right in the left back position as it was looked long by Binfield, but they couldn't find a teammate. Again, Guernsey not rushing themselves. Maris is going to take this throw. He's got Ross Allen down the line as an option. Maris just being asked to hurry up a bit by the referee. Murray's come to flick it on. Gets it further down the line, but it'll be a throw in for Binfield now. The game really has been slowed down by Guernsey. Their game management here, it's been good. Foden clears. It'll be a throw in for Binfield. Oh, well, the manager looked to touch the ball down. And I think he caught Charlton Govine, who was not appreciative of that. I think it's one of those, although Govine is showing the referee the mark that's been left on his leg, he's not happy with that. I think it's just a little bit of a coming together. As they go long. Cleared from the Guernsey box, only as far as the edge. Guernsey looking inside. Binfield still keeping the attack alive. Hilton. Jeans on the ball now. Saki back to Jeans. Looks to cross. I think that was Voden that got to that one that time, and he clears it out for a Binfield throw-in. Referee just asking Binfield to take a second because Finn Patterson is going to come on. It's going to be the final change for Guernsey of the game as we tick into the 92nd minute. Finn Patterson has been a regular in the team this season. Looks like Charlton Govine is the man to make way for. Is that Brandon Wallace? Yes, Brandon Wallace. The man who opened the scoring here. He's had an excellent game. Finn Patterson, I'm not sure how many of the game he'll be involved with, but he does take up a few more precious seconds of the clock as we tick towards the final whistle. Matt Loring clears towards Murray. Now he's beaten. Ross Allen brings it down. Instead of finding a teammate, normally so composed, just decides to clear the ball long, and Finn Patterson will chase Fabler. Fabler clears, he slipped as he clears it, but gets into the Guernsey half. Falaise heads away. Jeans. Looks long. Cave blocks it. Clears to Murray. Knocks it down to Govine. Govine. Well, it was an ambitious pass to Finn Patterson. I think more just hit the corner flag and take up a bit more time. Fabler is going to get the chance to clear this long. There is not long left. Now the 93rd minute. Oh, it's actually a goal kick. It was clever from Govine. That has taken up quite a bit of time. Guernsey looking organised still from the goal kick, holding their defensive shape, holding their defensive line. Who was that followed that out? Yeah, I think it was Charlton Govine followed that all the way out the pitch to make sure the ball left play and that more of the time was taken up. Merris now with the ball in his hands. Merris will look down the line. The referee again waves them to play on. Stop taking too long. Murray flicks on. Govine nods it inside to Ross Allen. Guernsey keeping the ball well, and then he looks down the line to young Finn Patterson. He's looking at the corner flag. The corner flag's inviting him. He's played it to Charlton Govine, but that's it. That's the full-time whistle. It finishes here. Binfield 0, Guernsey 2, and the Green Lions take it to the final day of the season. They give themselves a chance. It's a slim chance. They face Harrow Borough on Saturday. Please do keep an eye on socials for that. I'll just check the kickoff time for you of that game. Kickoff will be at 3 p.m. on the 26th of April. So this Saturday, Guernsey head to Harrow Borough following this 2-0 win. But keep an eye on the game between the Metropolitan Police and Sutton Common Rovers. Sutton Common Rovers, we love you as one of our own. If they could do us a favour and we could do ourselves a favour, Guernsey stand a chance of staying in the Isthmian South Central League following today's result. Goals from Brandon Wallace and Sam Murray giving Guernsey the 3 points to take back to the island. Thank you very much to everyone that's tuned in. It's been excellent. We topped up, I think, at 230 live viewers, which is amazing. But thank you. Much agreed with the comments. Very composed performance. One down, hopefully one more win to come. Couldn't have said it better myself. We'll be back on Saturday. Thank you very much tuned in. It's been excellent. We topped up, I think, at 230 live viewers, which is amazing. But thank you. Much agreed with the comments. Very composed performance. One down, hopefully one more win to come. Couldn't have said it better myself. We'll be back on Saturday. Thank you very much tuned in. It's been excellent.